On Saturday, Trump stood by statements he made recently that too many illegal immigrants from Mexico are criminals and said he was surprised by the backlash and that his comments are causing financial concerns. So, should Donald Trump back down after the recent backlash? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you. You can weigh in on our Fox 26 Facebook page. You can also send a tweet on Twitter. Be sure to use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in the newsroom is our Roundup panel led by our senior legal analyst, Chris Tritico, our news analyst, Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst, Jackie Valley. All right, I know you guys have a lot of opinions about this one. What do you think about his recent comments and whether he should back down from them?
Sally, before we get into that, there's a very important issue that we have to bring up. That's, Nate and I bet on sporting events, and we bet on the NBA Finals. I called it exactly and won again. I'm up 3-1. But the problem is Nate has not shown up for weeks, and he finally shows up today, and he failed to bring in the breakfast.
We're talking about the World Cup today. The NBA Finals seems to be like,
I know, but it's not my fault.
Now.
It's not my fault he wouldn't show up. He can't catch me, and he's afraid, and that's the problem. So, maybe he'll pay off someday.
All right.
There's no term delivery on donut delivery. You'll eat them anytime.
All right, let's get to the topic.
All right, here we go. I did not think Donald Trump was serious when he announced for president. I thought it was another publicity stunt by him. But his speech has so backfired on him. It's cost him $50 million so far. He lost his sponsors for the Miss America pageant. Macy's pulled his product from the shelf. Another store pulled his product from the shelf. So far, $50 million and counting. Now, maybe to a billionaire, $50 million is not a lot of money. It would be to most of us. His failure to back down from this is kind of interesting because Republicans are saying he's hurting the GOP. While they're saying that, he's rising in the polls. His announcement dropped Carly Fiorina from the debate stage because he's higher in the polls than she is. Who's up, Jackie? He's rising in the polls while everyone else is saying you have to modify these statements.
Well, the reason why he's rising in the polls is because a majority of Americans, regardless if you're Republican or Democrat, feel we do have problems with the border. That's why he's rising. His comments is a sweeping comment about all Hispanics, if I heard it correctly, and that's incorrect. It's incorrect to brush a stroke against all people and say they're all one thing. However, we do have a problem with border security, and that's really the discussion that we're having now, and that's why you're seeing him rising in the polls, because regardless if you're a Democrat or Republican, you do realize there is an issue. ICE released a number saying in 2014 we had 178,000 criminals and they were illegal immigrants. We just saw on the news this gentleman in San Francisco. He was deported 5 times, and because there's some kind of failure through the cracks, he just killed this innocent woman while she's walking with her dad. So that's why he's rising in the polls, because he's saying we need to secure these borders. We do have criminals who are coming through who are illegal, but to make a sweeping statement and say all people who are Hispanic are criminals is wrong.
That's the part of it that was so over the top is he really reversed it. What most people have said is these people are coming in, most of them are really good people, and we have some criminals coming in. He said the exact opposite.
Yeah, he did, and he did it, I would say with some level of intent. I mean, you call him whatever, but he's a great marketer, and he knows how to get his poll numbers up. And unfortunately, it's sad to say, Donald Trump said it, but there's a lot of people that believe it.
Let me go to Sally. I'm sorry. Let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
Yeah, a lot of reaction on this one. Obviously, we're going to head over to Twitter first. Donald Trump tweeting out every single day about this controversy. This is one of his more recent ones, quoting one of his fans who said, "How is it possible Macy's is having a 4th of July sale when it's against freedom of speech?" This person says, "It disgusts me how Trump defends what he said against Mexicans, and he will still get support and votes for what he said." This person, "We need serious change. Political correctness is helping to kill this country. I want the old USA back." Tony, one of our viewers, says, "Trump rubs me the wrong way. At the same time, it's refreshing not to hear the typical politicians speak. Have guts and stand up."
Well, that's he certainly is not taking the traditional path here in the way that he's going. Mustafa, how can he maintain a presidential campaign if he's going to continue the way he's talking?
Well, look at his poll numbers. I mean, his poll numbers are up. He's back in the debate. The same way that there are people that this weekend on 4th of July put on a Confederate flag and drove around town. There is a core and a significant part of the Republican primary voters that believe the thing that Trump is saying. And that's a sad thing to admit, but that's what's happening. And those people not only are favoring him in the polls, but they're going to follow him all the way through.
We're out of time. Very quickly, can he win the GOP nomination?
No, he's rising in the polls because we're talking about an issue that affects all people. Democrats and Republicans, polls have shown, Democrats and Republicans agree we need more security on the border, and that's the discussion we're having, and that's why he's so high right now.